found. Joined once again by Dr. Brian Russell, John Lusich, and Mark Eiglarsh, also by phone. Marvin Hinton, WDBO Radio. All right, before the break, Mark, I'd mentioned this so-called dream team. We haven't talked a lot about it. Let me throw out a couple of names you can expound upon whether or not it truly is a dream team. We're talking Henry Lee, forensic expert, Henry Lee of the O.J. Simpson case, also Lacey Peterson. We've got Linda Kenny Baton. Is this a dream team, first off? And if so, how are they paying for it?
All right, let's first start off. Dream team, I'm talking about dream expert team.
Really?
Jose Baez, again, I can't say enough about him one way or the other, but I can say he's only been practicing law for 3 years. A dream team, I'd like someone to at least have a decade or two of experience. Let's talk about the experts, however. Yes, these are a dream team of experts. They've cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're not available to any of my clients unless they've got a ton of dough. So how are they paying for these experts? I have a couple of theories, and I know something for sure. Let's start with what I know for sure. They have photographs that I have seen that are actually in my possession. I got them because they were attached to the brief that the defense submitted to get death penalty off the table. I've seen those photographs. They've never been published before. We were told that we can't publish them.
What photographs?
Because there are photographs of Casey as a child, Casey with her family, showing her really in a different light.
Gotcha.
And that would have an impact on public opinion. Those photographs will be seen, mark my words, in some magazine, in some interview, and someone will pay great money to the defense team, and thus she has access to these experts that the average person does not. Is that justice? We could discuss that another day.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's an entirely different conversation. John Luce, okay, that kind of leads us into what we were talking about yesterday, about the autopsy photos, and, whether or not the defense, okay, let's put it out there, whether or not the defense would sell those. That's what the prosecution was intimating. They sell those for money. Well, now with this dream team, you need some cash. John, do you think that they could somehow leak out, or do you think Baez has sufficiently said they'll remain secure?
No, they're not going to remain secure. In fact, within 1 week, I think if he does what he's going to do, I think there'll be that place will be hacked. It doesn't take too much. Let's just take a look at, okay, we know it's going to be hosted at Baez's office. All we have to do is look up his website, find out his IP address, and start having utilities start taking a look and trying to start hacking his place. It's very easy to do. I think the judge made a wrong decision here. I think the prosecution has to go back and ask him to rethink that. And, out of this whole dream team, I think he's missing one crucial area. I think he's missing a computer forensic expert, because I took a look at that evidence that CNN provided me, and I think it's refutable. I think that there's big problems, unless there's more than CNN's showing us, or the state is showing CNN. I think there's big problems with the evidence, if that's what they're going to rely on as premeditation.
Okay. So real quick, I want to get a thumbnail from Mark and John. We got about 30 seconds. As you see it right now, John, state have a good case, open and shut case. Where do they stand?
I think they have a great case for murder, but not premeditation.
Okay. Mark?
Well, they're not charging premeditation. They're charging felony murder. They've got to prove aggravated child abuse, which I have said for months now, Mike. I haven't seen, now there might be other evidence out there, I have not seen proof beyond a reasonable doubt that she tortured, that she did some type of act of child abuse that led to the death of the child. They can show she's a liar, they can show she's a sociopath, they can show she's not Mother of the Year, but I'm still waiting to see the aggravated child abuse.
Okay, that's where we stand now. I'm sure we'll be hashing out this a lot more. We're not going to trial for quite a while. All right, here's a question. We change things up a little bit now. When an 11-year-old boy disappears, wouldn't you think his parents would be frantic, call the cops immediately? Well, that didn't happen for Adam Herrman. Let's bring in our Prime News correspondent, Michelle Carey. What did happen here? The details are just bizarre, to say the least.
The details are bizarre and sad, and we still don't know what happened to him, Mike. We still do not know. He hasn't been seen in 10 years. 10 years, Mike. It took forever for someone to even report him missing. Police got a tip he was missing a few weeks ago, and it wasn't from his adoptive parents, Valerie and Doug Herrman. They say the boy ran away. Close relatives, though, are coming out with details telling cops the kid was abused. They're telling these details now. In fact, the Department of Social Services says Adam was in protective custody for 2 days back in 1996 after a report of physical abuse, though. He was returned to his adoptive parents because authorities reviewed the evidence and found the report was apparently unsubstantiated. Take a look at Adam's 4th grade picture. He would be 21 today if he's still alive, but detectives say they're investigating this case as if Adam is dead. Police brought in dogs and ground-penetrating radar to search the family's mobile home in Towanda, Kansas. So far, his adoptive parents are not charged with anything, but we're learning horrific details of other family members' last memories of Adam. The boy's aunt says she last saw Adam chained to a bathtub faucet during Super Bowl Sunday in 1999. Other relatives say the boy was forced to sleep in the tub. The couple's own biological son says Mom beat the boy and threw him against the wall. He even called police back then, but he says that his mother convinced him rather, to tell police. He lied. Mike.
All right, Rochelle, everyone's talking now.
Right.
Why didn't they say anything 10 years ago? And it might have helped.
You would think so. The brother says for years his mom told the family that Adam went back into state custody. So just lots of lies. Now the family says Adam had a habit of running away and that they just never reported him missing. So much of a cover-up, Mike.
Okay, we'll continue to follow that one for you. And Rochelle, I know you're coming back with this one. High-speed chase that took police over 2 state lines twice. And when you see the ending of this, it's hard to believe anyone inside the truck survived.